Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, here on Voice of the Rings. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, wherever you are. We're on for another pack trip today, my friends. We haven't done one of these in like 3 or 4 months since I did the last one, so very excited to be back. Welcome everybody. We're gonna have lots of fun today. So I hope you're all having a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe whether you're here live or you're watching later as a video. That really helps me out. And how's everyone doing today? There's already 10 of us here. I just started the stream. Welcome everybody, welcome. All right, so if you don't know what a pack trip is, let me just quickly describe what I mean even by that, okay? So I'm a long time, yes, I've always liked Lord of the Rings Online, I've always liked gaming, I've always liked playing video games, but I'm also someone who really enjoys being in the outdoors, doing hiking and fishing and being going on boats or whatever it is. There were horses for this case is what the main term means, and usually a pack trip is something where you'll get on your horses, you'll have your overnight stuff on maybe one of your horses, which is a pack horse, all right, or a mule, or a, you know, some other animals occasionally, but usually it's just horses and mules, and you'll go up into the mountains and you'll go and stay a night or two somewhere with your horses, where really you can only get to that spot with a horse, because, you know, there's no roads, it's some little spot. And I've gone up on some trips, and it's been really fun in the past. So that's what we're doing here in Lord of the Rings Online. So mainly, though, we're going to do it as a Lord of the Rings Online tour today. All right, so I'm going to do my best to stream it in nice quality here for you, and we're going to kind of just explore different parts of Middle-earth. I'm going to leave it a little bit open for you guys who here are live right now to kind of help decide where you'd like to go, even though I have a few spots in my mind kind of prepped and ready. Hello, welcome, Nefi, hello. Subtropic, hello everyone, hello. So that's kind of our goals today. I also have a couple cool little items that I want to show you guys later in the stream, which we'll do later on because it just became daytime in the game, which is perfect. Dawn here, so we're going to use this time to explore. So here's our options today. All right, so for everyone watching who is here live right now who can help answer this question, we have a couple options. We could do a little tiny travel around Breeland, go through the Chetwood Forest or the Wildwoods a little bit, kind of stuff like that. Or there's a couple other options we have to explore today. We could go through Cardolan more, all right? It's kind of a cool area to see. It's very beautiful. We have gone through there before. I do have a tour episode in the past from doing this. I have some individual special playlists called a LOTRO tour if you're curious, if you like this kind of stuff, you want to see more later, where I do full-on tours where it's not a live stream, just me kind of walking you through a beautiful area, which sometimes can get a little, depending on, I've gotten it where my streams are about the same quality now. I've learned how to balance it to make it really good, but still it's the best quality possible when I record, obviously. So that's one area we can explore as well. We could also go over, oh, by the way, happy November, everyone. It's November 1st now. Hope you all had a nice day yesterday, whatever you celebrate. You know, Halloween, harvest, some people celebrate Reformation Day, that's something else, but very, very fun. So hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. All right, so we could also go and explore. I always love the Vales of Anduin, but we've done that quite a bit with our pack trips in the past. You can go back and see what we did. So I think maybe we'll keep that one out of the running here as an option. I'll throw out a little poll for you guys because there's 15 of us here now. Hello, welcome. Table of Durin, I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Alex. Hello. I like your little hobbit hole icon. That's very cool. So now another idea of somewhere we could explore is like Far Anorian. Now, Far Anorian doesn't really have super great views necessarily. We could also do something in Rohan. There's many places in Rohan. We could do the East Wall with the Argonath and things like that. We could do the Stone Deans, or again, we could always we could do vast areas where I kind of run around a big area, or we can even explore the little areas. Like, we can do whatever we want. This is a fun stream today. The Westfold, which I think a lot of you have probably seen if you've played the game, but there's a lot of beautiful areas back in here in this little, the Grimm's, is that Grimsdale? It covers the letter. What is it? The Grimm's Lane. Okay. All right. And then also we have the Eastfold down here, which is very pretty. Is it along the river? That's another cool spot. We could also go up into Forage Help, if people haven't really seen that very much. There's lots of really cool, or Dunland. That's the one a lot of people, it's actually quite pretty. I think Dunland is prettier. The Edenwaith is very gorgeous too. Those are all beautiful areas. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a little poll here on the live stream, because there's, welcome everyone. There's 20 of us here, and if you didn't already like the stream, if you are so inclined, that'd be wonderful. Let me go ahead and just real quick, I realized I didn't put my chat into my things. Take me 5 seconds. Let me do this real quick so I can read what you're saying better. All right, there we go. Good, good, good. All right, and I am streaming on all the platforms, so we're good. And then let me go ahead and I'll do a little poll here in the chat. All right, There we go. There we go. Start a poll. All right. Where to? That is where we'll be calling this today. I want to give everyone a little bit more option to be involved, which is why we're doing a poll and not just deciding. All right, we'll do this one as an option, and we'll do this one as an option. And we'll do this one as an option. And for our last option, we will put in... could even go to a darker, scarier area. Or I could throw in the that area. But let's just go ahead and go with let's go with the Eastfold. You could type if you want to in the live chat to say something different, but there we go. There's your options, everyone. Why don't you throw out your votes real quick? There's only a couple of us here, so I will be the deciding factor on this. Yesterday I got some pretty cool things. Went out and I got a little Mouth of Sauron here, and a couple other things. A little pop version of Sauron. The only time I buy pops is if they're Lord of the Rings characters. Because I don't have room for anything else. Pops take up a lot of room. They really do. Alright, so we've got a pretty heavy margin. Not the butter. Margarine. Margarine butter. For Eastfold there. So if you guys just hopped in, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like the stream and also vote where you want us to go today for our pack trip. And yes, if you're in my kinship, you can come along with me if you can keep up being the right level. Absolutely. Tonight, by the way, just throwing that out there, we're doing a really big kinship event. We're going to be taking on a certain fortress. So if you want to check that out, be back a couple hours after this stream. All right, it'll be pretty fun. And also, I just want to say to my regular viewers and everybody, thank you guys so much for your support. I can't believe it, but like, we're getting really close to hitting the goal of 10,000 subscribers this year. Like, I think we're going to hit in the next few days. So thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed, you want to be, whoever gets subscribed number 10,000 should like message us in Discord and be like, I did 10,000. All right, but everyone's counts, because how else do you get there, right? So you can figure out which number you are. All right, let's see here. I say that in a fun way because I don't really think of everyone as numbers. You guys are people watching, you know. I feel like some people focus too hard on the numbers, which is why I don't usually mention that stuff. But the reason I mention it, obviously, is because we still want to build the channel and community, right? You all understand how that works. I don't have to explain it. All right, so anyway, it looks like to me Eastfold is the winning vote. We have 50% is for Eastfold. So we are going to go to the Eastfold. All right.
How can I be of service?
Let's get to Rohan. Dum-ba-da-bum. Let's see. We'll go to Aldburg, I think is closest to Eastfold. Let me just double check. Off we go. Thanks, Table of Dirt. I appreciate it. Yes, it is very exciting. The hardest thing about doing any content creation, and Table of Dirt would know this because Table of Dirt has a channel too, guys. Just check out. But the hardest the thing is getting known. People know you exist, because I get so many kind comments from all of you who are like, I didn't know your channel existed. I would have subscribed a long time ago. It's like, well, yeah, that's the hardest thing about anything as you grow, right? It's being known that you exist. It's like, you know, there's people out there that will hang out with us and join our community and have fun, but it's hard, you know, to like, we exist, we're here. I was thinking that is it Dr. Seuss? We're here, we're here, we're here. the whole little city that's on like the little tiny cotton ball or whatever that the elephant holds. I forget the whole story. But anyway, guess what? This city is the one in Eastfold, so I was correct on my assessment. All right, so we'll go ahead and start here in Aldburg, which is kind of the main hub for the city. This is a very beautiful area. I really like it, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the hub there. We'll leave the chat here above, but we'll go ahead and just start by kind of checking out the land here. So this is the main city here, so we'll take a quick look here first. All right, Aldburg, a beautiful, beautiful land in Middle-earth here. And you guys tell me if the music gets too loud in LOTRO, but I think we're good. I think we're good otherwise. But anyway, it's a beautiful place. It's very, it's a lot greener than the other parts of Rohan because you're a little higher up in the mountains, you're a little deeper in this forest. There's a lot of vines, as in like, you know, hanging off everything and stuff like that. It's a very beautiful area though. There's tons of beautiful shrubbery, and yeah, it's just an absolutely gorgeous area. I really like it a lot. Go ahead and write up here real quick. So again, their main flag and theme here is this boar flag. It looks pretty cool. I always thought it looked really, really cool when I came up here. I love seeing the different banners in the wind, except that one is like being blown through its own. There we go, that's better. Aldburg. Wait, Aldburg. Are you... Oh my gosh, Aldburg in chat. You have the same name as where we are. What are the chances of that? So Aldburg is in chat right now, live stream, and we are in the town of Aldburg. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, actually. How did you know? Did you just get a feeling to join the stream right at this moment? Anyway, your question was, I get overwhelmed trying to pick a class, coming from WoW, but a new player in LOTRO. Any suggestions? I would suggest, I understand that. I've played WoW too. So, and my cousins are really big WoW players, so I understand the differences there. I have lots of guides if you need it, but to answer your question real quick, right here, I would say that it really comes down to, what do you normally prefer how to play? Do you like to shoot magic? Do you like to heal? Do you like to kind of frontline with, like, you know, dual wielding or a shield like tanky? Do you like to use a bow and arrow or a crossbow? That's kind of like where I go with like the first topic. So once you kind of like, well, I really like, you know, dual wielding, or I like, you know, single heavy two-hander, heavy, you know, fighting damage and being tanky or something, right? Because again, my class, I'm playing Guardian. They really do two things. They have a shield and a single-handed, one-handed weapon, and they're a tank. Or they can do a big, giant, two-handed, scary battle axe or hammer, right? And they can go full damage in that way. So that's kind of like our two options as a Guardian. There's a lot of characters who can do that. Captains have like a pet that kind of helps them out. So do Lore Masters. But captains are like support class. They can also tank. They can also have they get a big halberd and they can two-hand. They do a lot of damage too if they want to go damage. They're very cool. They're kind of like the jack of all trades captains, but they also excel at certain things. So Lore Masters are also very powerful as well. I really like Lore Masters. But anyway, here we are in the Aldburg Mead Hall, named after our viewer right now. I don't actually remember who the character is in the story. That I think we go find him over here, but you can see it's a very beautiful Beautiful rendition here. Now, this is not Edoras Hall. If you've seen when I've gone to Edoras, it's quite small compared to Edoras. But it looks like Edoras from the movies. This one does, right? It's a little bit more humble looking. So here we are at the top. All right, here is Mr. Arsil. He's the leader right now of this area. Now, one thing I'd like to point out real quick is the tapestry behind him, which is really cool. That is actually like when they do the pledge with the red arrow, with the and this is kind of like when the men of Rohan first pledged their fealty to help Gondor and vice versa. That Gondor will help them with the red arrow. That's a whole story. It's an actual lore story by Tolkien in the books, and that's kind of cool that they like hint at that in some of the tapestries in the background. They do that a lot in Lord of the Rings Online. It's very, very cool. Yes. Let's go upstairs real quick. Pumpkins? Well, that's perfect. I just had Halloween yesterday. I sent you guys a picture of me while I was in the pumpkin patch. All right, and then we've got up here. It's like everything's been planned for this stream or something. And it wasn't. All right. Got some beds up here, I see. It's kind of like a relaxing area, probably for the main guardsmen or, you know, higher up royalty people. I would assume the main guardsmen kind of get the upper loft here to live in. Have a bunch of ale or whatever. Probably some of it's water. I don't know. All right, let's continue on exploring the rest of the lands of. Hello, 5PCTD 2BR. Normally ranged, Aldburg. Generally spellcasting, Shadow Priest. Okay. I feel like you'd probably like Rune Keepers, Aldburg. They're ranged class, and they either can be channeling of lightning and a lot of quick, like, shots while they run, or they can channel, like, fire abilities and ice abilities. They also are healers, so they can kind of go back and forth, either one. Which, again, I'm pretty sure priests can heal, too, right? I know Shadow Priest, when you're traded in Shadow Priest, you're a damage dealer, but I would say probably Aldburg. I'm not, like, an expert at WoW, but I do know a lot from the past. Epic music. Seen through way far. Alright, let's go explore the rest of the world, guys. Get hyped with the music. There it is. The rest of the Eastfold. We shall explore today with the beautiful clouds. Guardian forever, Jinx. Yes. Hunter's always a great class for beginners. Absolutely. Warden is your favorite class. Yes, I would say Wardens are one of the most challenging classes to learn in LOTRO, but definitely fun and worth it. They just have very fun feel to them. Aldburg was the first capital city of Rohan when it was established. Oh, fun fact there. Very nice, sir. So that's why they made it, if you notice, that's why they probably made it look so much older, like the city than the others. It looks very like, the buildings look older, and not to mention there's actually some ancient ruins here out front, so that's probably why they did that. Now I'm curious if we can go up and around the city, so that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm leaving the music loud on purpose, so hopefully you're enjoying it, because this is my favorite theme song of Rohan. All right, we're gonna ride through these trees on my little Oryx. I should be on my horse. Let's get on my horse. We're in Rohan. We're gonna ride horses. All right. I like watching the new Oryx mount, though. It's pretty cool. All right, so we're riding through the back fields here. We got some really scary-looking howling hounds. Yikes! I got it. It's creepy looking. You see this thing? All right, stop moving, man. There we go. That's pretty cool looking, though. All right, so we'll go around the back here in the forest, and then we'll do a loop, and I will attempt to keep us in a nice little travel path for everybody. All right. What do we got here? We got an orc hiding back here, just chilling. Oh, it's a nice little orc camp. What are you guys doing? Who knows? Well, we'll let them be. They're not hurting anyone yet. All right, so we're along the back side here of the behind Aldburg. So we're just gonna do a little loop behind Aldburg because I don't think I can go over the mountain here. Oh, dude, the music is just awesome. Again, please tell me if it's like so loud that you know, it's overwhelming everything else. But I'm thoroughly enjoying the music. The music in Rohan is awesome. It's the freaking best. The music is done by Chance Thomas, who I have had on the channel as an interview on the Inklings playlist, if you want to check that out later on. Also, another thing, guys, I just did a video on canon. Like Lord of the Rings Tolkien canon. Like what it is there really Tolkien canon? Hint, hint, there is. And I did a really in-depth deep dive on my Fireside Chat playlist. So if you'd like to check that out later, I would greatly appreciate you checking it out, throwing a like on there. Because the algorithm, of course, tried to bury it, but we still had a couple hundred people who enjoyed it, so that's good. At the time of this stream, at least. All right, so we're going to loop around. There's these cool bears, by the way, which are... I feel like I get the hint that they kind of like mix these bears with like some other creature. It kind of feels like the way they did that, like almost like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like, it's an owl bear. Well, that's D&D, but you know what I'm saying. It has kind of like a mixed animal look to me, with the front side being almost like a different creature, but it's still such a cool creature. They're just really cool looking. Nice. Let's keep riding. Can we go up this hill? I'd love to get some beautiful views of... Oh, I think we can get some views right here, guys. You ready? Oh, look at this. It's a little village. A little rundown village with a ton of squirrels. So many squirrels. What is happening with this house? Oh my gosh, so many squirrels. All right. Here is a view. Whoop. There it is. So that's Aldburg, the city we're just in. Settled in this little tiny beautiful valley with the great trees and all of it around. I like cannons. Yes, I do like cannons, actually. Like in real life, like cannons. And I like how Albin just spelled it correctly, too. The difference between canon and story and canon. And by the way, one of the reasons why canon is so confusing and why people kind of use it in different terminologies is that the word canon actually has like multiple meanings, which I go into in my video. I explain all that. But when we talk about canon, C-A-N-O-N, based on writing of fantasy, not historical texts, mind you, this is very important. We're talking about fantasy when it comes to an author making up a story, fantasy, sci-fi, fiction. It has a very specific meaning. Canon is, in short, it's whatever the canon is, what the author made up in their minds. It could be something that even they contradict in their own made-up stuff, but it's whatever they made is canon. That's what the term is. And a lot of people are using canon in the term of chronological, like, oh, this is the main story. And it's like, that's not what it means, actually. So that's why it gets a little confusing. But I explain all of that in a very fun and nice way on my video. Look at this view. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Rohan, guys. This is the Eastfold. It's much bigger. Obviously, Rohan goes for several hundred miles that way in the game. If we rode right now to the other side of Rohan, it would take us probably like 30 minutes. So that is another city right down there. That is actually not in the Eastfold. That is, I believe it is Snowborn. Yeah, it's Snowborn. I thought it was. So the Eastfold kind of stops at the side of this and goes up to the edge here, and then goes down into this swampy area and valley down there. So that's what we're going to be looking at today here. But I wanted to look at this high point because it's kind of fun to see where we're going to go. The music is drowning you out. I know, it's glorious, though. All right, I'll turn down a little bit more. There. We're good now. All right, I turned it down. Thank you for liking the stream, guys. Be amazing if we get to like 25, 30 likes in the stream fast. Be awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go down the hill. So again, that is the city of Snowbourne, if you missed what I said with the music. The Eastfold stops at the river by Snowbourne. It goes a little bit north. And then here's another beautiful shot of the valley here with the clouds. So again, this is the Eastfold, like the little inland where Aldburg is settled in there in the hills. We did a loop around the back of it just now, went up on these hills, right, on the backside. It's very, very pretty. And I think I have all my other music on. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. Again, Rohan has some of the most epic little background tracks, including the epic full music. Definitely just gets me into the mood. Especially to explore and do a pack trip like this today. Skybox, it's just too, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's very pretty. Oh yeah, I know, the sky is just like, I just like to stare at the sky on this game. Just like in real life. It's so pretty. Also, the sky clouds, they're moving really fast. Really, really fast. You can kind of see where it rotates above you. That it kind of does a circle around you. It's like, wait a second. Is that a tornado forming? No, I'm sorry. Just kidding. I'm gonna get some people diabetes. I've lived through that kind of stuff too, so I am aware. So this is a beautiful little village here, which I really love to check out. It's a Foldy Farm, or Fold Farm, however you want to say it. I like how these people are just chilling right here, and there's orcs right here. So in the story, you help them out, obviously. But I like their little, like, they even have their roof thatch here, like, made into horse, like wrapped it in the horse looks. Could you imagine doing that, or doing your roof and then being like, yeah, let's just go ahead and use some rope and make it into a horse? So this basically is the village here. Little farm here. They've even got the mill here down here, which is kind of cool. I always thought this was kind of a cool little touch to the story, but you can actually go inside this building and see like the grinder, like spinning, which is really cool. It's how they used to grind up the mill, right? Like that's why it's called a mill. And all the different grains, they just put it on here and crush it. And these people are having fun back here playing some music, which is a little bit messes with the original theme song. All right. But again, it's a beautiful valley. It's an absolutely gorgeous valley. All right, here we go. Let's ride. We got the epic music. See. And if you recognize this spot, I did a guide video here with war mounts about a year ago on my guide playlist, so you might recognize this spot actually. All right, we're gonna loop up and around. All right, so we're gonna loop like this, whoop, and go along the river, and then we're gonna go to Fen March, and then we'll also go to the Beaconwatch, and then down here to the Beacon Hills at the end, and then if we still have time, we'll go look at other places as well. I usually run my pack trips about 2 hours is what I go for with the streams. I try to leave those things off my screen so you can enjoy the beauty while I ride around. Don't feed the squirrels. Ratty guess. Summer home. Yes, exactly, guys. Exactly. Oh, it's in-game music that's playing right now. Yes, this is. I am not adding this music. This is the in-game music. This is LOTRO. It's very nice. Daddy just said followed. Nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, but yes, this is the in-game music, which is much louder if you don't balance it. That's my only critique of the music in LOTRO. Sometimes it's just so much louder than the rest of the soundtrack, so you really have to go in here and balance. But the soundtrack is separate from everything else, so you can kind of just balance it however you want. I saw, ooh, there it is. It's like, I saw resources, and it's all in a greedy dwarf. We're on a pack trip, but doesn't mean I can't mine some materials. All right. So these are the beautiful forests of the East. The Eastfold. Remember that part in the movie, Peter Jackson's movie, where he's like talking to King Theoden? How many from the Eastfold, my lord? And he says it. Well, this is where he's talking about. All right, so now this goes into the Kingstead. By the way, the boars here have really cool, it's like back fin, which I always thought was kind of cool with the hair. These look really, really cool. I like to admire the animals in the game because they put a lot of work into them. Also, you should see the new animals in the new area coming out. Oh my gosh, their textures are insane. They look so good. All right, so we go right here. You can see the Eastfold. It really does change once you're in the Kingstead. It's a little bit more happy field, and that is actually a homestead that you can buy your house in. It's one of the premium ones, so you do technically have to pay like money for it, real money. But this is a beautiful place. A lot of people have their houses there, and there is Edoras. You can see right there. But we're not going to go to Edoras today. We're going to flip around and go along the river. Here's an enemy NPC riding a horse. That's something that really you only see in Rohan. It's part of the mechanics of the game here. Definitely thought it was another player for a second. And I'm like, that's an Urukai. This is a very sad scene. This is the Eastfold being, this is one of the main story quests. Basically, they got attacked by orcs on the road. These guys in particular. Alright, so we could, in theory, be riding our war mount. The problem with the war mount is, though, it's just really, really fast, and the way it stops, and I feel like it's not as good for viewing the land. Alright, we're now back at the Eastfold here. It's not too bad, though. Again, it's so funny. For me, I don't have any rubber banding anymore with the war mount, almost ever, which is fun. It still happens, but it's very, very little. Oh my gosh, listen to that music. I want it louder. It's my freaking favorite. Danny, spoilers! Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil anything. Guys, the Rohan expansion's only been out for like 8 years. I understand if you're just getting into the game. I'm hoping, like, I hope that my content, my channel, helps people get into this game more. I know lots of people say, like, oh, I just started LOTRO because of your channel, and I'm like, yay, because it's so well deserved, the game, to be loved by more people. It's the advertising. A lot of people just don't know it exists. And even if you're someone that plays the newest games, it's still super fun to play. I'm someone who plays like the newest games, and I play all these other genres of games, but I still just love LOTRO. So here's the river. You can see there's Snowborn, so technically this is the border of, that's going into the make sure I say the right word. Let's see. The Sutcrafts. Yeah, that's why I couldn't say it. It's a weird way to say it. So it goes over here. So we're right there along the edge of the river. You can see me, I'm the red little triangle there. But we're, again, staying in the Eastfold. So I'm going to go along the river to Fen March. So that's where we're off to. So let's go ahead and ride along the river here. You can see there's another little Rohan village along here. Probably a fishing village. Alright, so again, it's going to keep telling me I'm going in and out of the territories. I'm right along the border here, so it's going to keep telling me, you entered this, you entered that. Alright, so we got another little farm here. Whose farm is this? I am not sure, but they look very happy in life. This farm looks a little less worn-torn than the one we saw a minute ago. Alright, we'll continue on here. Can you play through older expansion storylines like the Rohan expansion? Yes, you can. Absolutely, 100%. So, again, I do try not to in my regular streams just give too many spoilers of storyline things, but that's why he was kidding, obviously. Or she. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the name. You guys, yes, you can indeed play through all the storylines. So how it works, Aldburg is, I mean, if you've played WoW, I think they do it kind of similarly. You basically, your character is set in that time zone, right? Of where you're leveling and what quest you're on, and as you're questing, the story progresses, the storyline, and as you level up. So like when you're low level, you start before the Fellowship book. Once you're level like 130, I think it is, 140, 135, the spoilers, the ring got destroyed. Okay, but you should all know that if you've read the books. But again, this is a cool spot. I just wanted to show you this giant giant water turbine. I forget what it's called. What's this thing called, guys? I'm drawing a blank. It's a big water wheel. It's a water wheel, right? It's a water wheel? That's what it's called? Oh, that is so, oh. Oh yeah, that would be really, really hard. Yeah, any video game would be really hard with visuals. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I hope sometimes my storytelling episodes make it more fun for you, at least. Since I read all the story through my LOTRO Tale series. Have you ever watched my LOTRO Tale series? Because I go through and do all the stories with voices, so. But anyway, here's the giant water wheel, which I just think is cool, so thought I'd look at it for a minute. Is there any zone have scaling? So, scaling is a thing that's coming actually soon. There's never been a scaling where you could adjust it on the spot, but what they're going to be doing is they're going to be adding in the option to scale that down to a certain level. So for example, I'm level 150 right now. I'm max level in the game. This area is like level 60, I think, something, or yeah, 65 or 7. No, it's higher than that. It's like 75. We can find a mod. Here, what's this guy's level? 80. Okay, so this area is actually a level 90 area. Rohan has 3 different levels of level area. So I could scale down to level 90 if I was playing with a friend, and then I would be able to fight this guy like normal. I wouldn't just one-shot the guy. That's a brand new thing coming out pretty soon. They've been talking about for a while, and we're all very excited for it. I am, for our kinship. It'll be very fun. So like, for example, I'm 150 right now, so this guy just gets murdered by one hit. It doesn't even attack me because I'm too high level. But with that new expansion update, I'll be able to scale down to wherever I am, and he'll attack me then most likely, and then also I'll be able to fight normal without one-shotting him. It'll be normal difficulty, basically. So that's very exciting. That's on its way. I think that one thing with the WoW is they do have a lot of resources, because not only do they own WoW, they have the video games. Blizzard just has a massive amount of resources to be able to do stuff like that too. But I definitely think in the future they should do that with this game. Absolutely. This game actually has an integrated module system in it. So I don't know if you ever checked that out. Maybe just no one's made a mod to go into it, Abby. Because this game actually has a built-in from the beginning of the game for adding in a modded type system. It's built into this game. It has been since the game came out. So I don't actually know if that's totally true that it doesn't have any. I think what it probably comes down to is, has anyone made a system for that? Because I think that may be the possibility. I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing. That might be something that actually might be possible in the Lord of the Rings Online. Just no one has taken the time to make an accessibility mod for that, for visually impaired, or what you were saying. Chris, hello, welcome to the stream. Anyway, maybe check it out. I would ask on the forums with the LOTRO team. They might have some answers for you on that. Voice of the Rings shows us the beautiful water 2 hours long. Yes, Chris, how did you know? It's so glorious. This is called Imping, this area. So this obviously is a woodcutter camp. I love just looking at the wood all over the ground. This texture of the wood, the way they did it, it makes it look like, it looks like a different game to me. Just the way it looks compared to everything else. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's get to where we were going. All right, Fen March is pretty much right over this edge, so let's go ahead and go to it. Greetings, Lord Cav. Salute, hello. Welcome. All right, Fen March, everyone, we're here. So this is a village along the swamps. There's actually a cool little effect here. We are definitely going to check out the water. But this is pretty cool. So this is the swamp area. You see some stuff landing over there. It's got pretty awesome lighting, actually. We got all the moss and anyway, all the weeping willows everywhere. Can you scale down when you are solo as well? You should be able to with that update comes out, Daniel. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to choose what level you want to be depending on what area, and it should also work for instances or dungeons for those who might not use that term, instances. I don't know all the details on it yet, though. I haven't heard any direct details. I just know the generic information on what their goals are. Should be very exciting. Again, the game is super fun right now as is. I highly recommend it, but I think that will be a huge addition to the game, just to make it a lot more fun. Abby, oh, Blizzard didn't do anything. I guess they did a lot for Diablo 4. It's all volunteer players mapping everything. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Abby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying with LOTRO. It does have the ability to add overlays and mods in. It's not mods as in you can totally change things in the game, but it can add overlays and stuff and systems and sounds or whatever. And LOTRO's always had that, so maybe there is someone that's been working on something like that. I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would definitely let you guys know. If I hear anything and someone watches this video and knows of something that helps with sound to play the game with listening instead of visually because of visual impairments, please leave a comment or message me in my Discord. I would love to share that with the community. So if someone's been working on that, so just let me know. I'd be very happy to help with that. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and go over here. This is a beautiful area. So this is, again, a very different look than the regular villages, right? So everything's very mossy and, wet. And basically this town is right in the center of a swamp. And you can see here's their flag. It's like a very, what kind of dog is that? Anyone know off the top of your head? I'm trying to remember what it's called. I know what dog it is from the picture. I just don't remember the name. Yeah, it's really exciting, Daniel. I'm very excited about the scaling. And again, it'll be downscaling, because upscaling would be dumb. It would ruin the game. So it'll basically be, if you're high level, you can go play with your lower level friends at the right level without having to make a brand new character and level to the right spot. Because the one thing that's frustrating, it's always been frustrating to me as a player, again, and I love this game. I praise it all the time, but I also critique what I would like changed, and this is what they're trying to do with that update, is that it's annoying when you have a friend who's at level, let's say 35, and you have a character that's level 29 and a character that's level 150. And it's like, okay, so do I take the time to play level 29 to try to level him to the right level, but then, my friend has to play at a different time to me because I work at a different time than him, and then we're trying to figure out when we can play together. It'll be a lot more fun if you have a friend, and when they can play, and when you can get on with them, you could just bring your max level, lower it to their level, and help them level and play their new character. It'll be very nice for helping your friends, bringing in brand new players to the game and stuff too. Especially for our kinship here on World Play. We play on the server CrickHollow. That's one other thing I'd like in the future. This has not been said yet, but I know this is a thing they want to probably do in the future. Is I'd love it if they did more cross stuff across servers, like WoW and a couple other MMOs do. Now, there's reasons why they don't. and it's probably for resource reasons because they've just updated all the servers. No, not all of them, the legendaries, but they're working on updating all the servers at the time of the stream to 64-bit on their end. It's helped tremendously. I've played the legendary servers. It's really nice. So they're working on all that. Just have to remember with the LOTRO team is they really care about their players. They work very hard, and we will get there, and the game is very loved and has enough support, but they still don't have as many resources as a company that owns 15, 20 games, right? I think Standing Stones helps like 3 games. I think they do 3 games. But again, it matters on time and whether people have to work on things. Because if you spend 6 months working on some background thing that no one's going to see, that sure will help us in this way, but then don't do anything with the new expansion or all this stuff, all the players are going to be like, what about our new stuff? Right? So obviously they have to balance it, but they're doing it. They're doing a good job. So this guy is fishing. Look at this guy. Look at him. And this kid's like looking in the water. That's a frog right there. The frogs are running. Wait, where are you going, Mr. Frog? Also, these frogs' textures are actually so good compared to everything else. Where's the frog? Find the frog in the bushes, guys. Where'd he go? There he is. Hello, Mr. Frog. There he is. Mr. Froggy. I actually have a frog pet, so. Oh my gosh, I caught the biggest fish on my trip to Sierra Nevadas. I don't know if I ever put that video together and put it on the channel. I'll have to go look at my vlog playlist. I went fishing and I got you guys really good footage of the fish I caught, and I don't know if I ever put it on the channel. Speaking of that, I still have to do the Highland Games video. I didn't put that one up for you guys either recently. I'll get there, I promise, I'll get there. You guys just gotta remind me in Discord. You're like, hey Zollin, you finished that yet? No. Don't drive me crazy. I'm just teasing you guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to the rest of the swamp and go up to the Beaconwatch. So I'm going to go ahead and ride around more, because we're on a pack trip here. So our whole goal is to explore the lands of Middle-earth on our horsey as we pack trip. This is what a giant slug looks like. Some people say they're a delicacy. I say they're gross. Alright, this is the Fen March slug. These are the giant slugs of Middle-earth. They're pretty creepy. Anyway, it's a beautiful swamp though. Like normally I don't think I'd live by a swamp, but it is a gorgeous place. I'd visit in real life. Or in Middle-earth. Alright, so this is pretty much, we're leaving the swamp area, so we're gonna go towards the Beaconwatch here. Still a lot of fog. Let's see once we get away from the swamp if the fog breaks up. Yeah, it did. Alright, so here we are. This is I believe the outpost of Beaconwatch. So we're gonna check it out real quick. Yes, hello there, soldiers. Allow me to come in, thank you. Alright, so this is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and explore around here for a minute. They got these cool little bridges. And again, this guy's over here fishing. Look at him, he's like, what's the best place to stand? I don't know. Or has he got a fish on the line? I don't know the way he's moving. He's being very, very slow about his movements. So again, they've got these cool little bridges, which are kind of cool all over the town. But, oh, look, a market! You know, I don't think I've ever been here. I don't remember this market at all. This is why I like to do these exploring. Sometimes I'll be like, how did I never see this? I've been playing this game since it came out. How? This is why I do these pack trips with you guys, because it's just so fun to see stuff. Oh, there's we can go in here. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, it's the tavern. Music plays. Well, hello there.
How may I help you today?
Well, sir, I'd like to buy a nice little meal from you. Do you have where's your food? Ah, there we go. Let's buy a rich ration. Yes. Thank you, sir, for your rich rations. Delicious role-playing. Hi, Elfred. What's up, Angus? Is Morgoth in it? Is Morgoth in what? The new expansion coming out? I'm sorry, I missed your comment. Hello over on Twitch. What's up, Johnny? I enjoyed your little church orchestra performance. Oh, thanks, Johnny. I appreciate watching that. I put a little community thing, an orchestra performance I had on my blog playlist on this channel. Johnny was just saying something. Abby, I have had oh, that's cool, Abby. That's nice you're able to do that. I heard on the new servers and old issues are solved, but have some other problems. Is it true? So one thing that I actually interviewed recently, so I haven't answered this question. Let's go ahead and keep walking around while I talk so we don't bore everybody. Whoa, that's loud. We'll do that. Look at that beautiful, the lighting when you come outside though. I love this like lighting. Someone left a comment to the other day on one of my videos and they made a comment about they said that I was looking at cosmetic stuff and I saw the cape and I said out loud, that's Zollin's cape. It's like, yes, you found it. It's awesome. I liked it. It was a good comment. Anyway, back to the answer of the question. There was, I had on senior world designer Matt Elliott, also known as Scenario, if you've watched any of his reviews of the new areas on the LOTRO channel, the official LOTRO YouTube channel. Basically, he was saying that the new Legendary servers are also test servers. Like, they're testing the 64-bit, and yes, they found some things, right? And that's one of the reasons they did the Ring Wraith event. They wanted to push the limit of the game and see what they could do to kind of change it up, right? To make it work the best it can work. So yes, it had a few things here and there still, but overall it's going pretty well. But definitely for sure it has solved so many things with lag. But there's still, I even noticed a little lag when I was doing the Ring Wraith event, but to be fair, there were like 300 people in one spot. So it was doing pretty good, all things considered. But yes, there's some stuff they're working on, but that's why they're doing the Legendary servers first before implementing to all servers. They want to implement it to all, but they want to make sure that they have it the best they can have it before they do all that work to put it on everything. Good question. By the way, here is this one's symbol. It's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Is that like a battle axe with like a fire on top of it? Or I think it might just supposed to be a beacon because they're the Beaconwatch. It's probably just a beacon. Yeah, that makes sense. These must be the wings of the swan wings, because all the beacons have, like, in LOTRO, they made them look like they have big wing things kind of over them. So that's what it is. This is one of the beacons, is what their flag is, of course. Then the Beacon Hill Outpost. Here is their mead hall. We shall walk into it. Maybe through level 29 and 35, I think, aren't too far off. Oh, nice. All right, so here is their mead hall. I think the most interesting thing about the mead halls in these is that they're all slightly different and have a similar layout. So like there's a similarity, but also slightly different. So here is this guy, Mr. Kutha. Hello, sir. He's looking out the window there, watching the beacons, no doubt. What was that? This lady's like, why did you drink so much? Oh, it's a little room. How cool is that? I think this is gonna be my room now. I'm gonna make this officially in the game on the server. This is my room. I'm just kidding. That's a neat box. Look at the little horse design on it. That's so cool. Yeah, so again, this game, they've done so many quality of life updates. They've done so much good stuff on this game. It's really, really awesome. There's definitely still a couple things here and there that I would love which of course they know about, most of them. Look at this. Oh, whoa, look at this. Little statue. I want this in real life. Look at this little horse statue. This is where someone who does sculpture needs to make me a sculpture like this and send it to me, and I will be so grateful, and then we will make a video about it. It's so cool. All right. We're gonna go out now. Is this not the new Morgoth one? No, Angus, Morgoth isn't out yet. We're doing a pack trip today. We're just exploring. That's a good question. Good question. Sorry, you weren't here at the beginning of the stream when I explained it. Yeah, no, we're just exploring Rohan right now, Eastfold. Because, again, I haven't done full exploring on everything. Let's go ahead and explore behind Beaconwatch. And to answer your question, Angus, will Morgoth be in, the Valar, right? Who's basically the baddie. He will not physically be present in the expansion because it's the legacy of Morgoth. It's not like the Battle of Morgoth or something. So it's like, it's his legacy. It's kind of like what he kind of did to that area of Harad. So that's what it will be focusing on, is kind of like probably more of Sauron's influence and Morgoth's influence. And kind of like the cult, they have like a cult church, basically, or a cultist group, which is the All-Seeing Eye group, who basically just worship Morgoth, right, instead of the true god, Alu, right? Or not Alu's the smith, excuse me, Iluvatar. Looks like these kids are fishing. Look at, oh my gosh, look at that beautiful, beautiful water. Also, if you didn't watch my interview with the dev, I did ask him about the water, and he laughed and said, I could talk about water for a while. And I just sat there and went, please. And he talked about the whole story behind their water system and why the water Lord of the Rings does look so good compared to, like, everything. Because they actually did do a bunch of work on it, because the way the engine works in this game, they were able to do that very easily. What are these red arrows I have up? Oh, whoa, look at this waterfall. Wow, this is a cool spot. So you can see a river. So we're deep in the Eastfold now. Okay, we're back in the back here by the Beacon Hills. So we have some beautiful waterfalls, which you probably can't hear because I think I have all my waterfall sounds off. So let me go fix this. This is a wonderful addition to this game, by the way. If you don't know about this, I have a guide video on how you use this filter panel, but I remove waterfall sound effects usually because they're really loud, but I want you guys to be able to hear it, so let's see if we can bring it back. Let's see, did I figure it out? Let's see, and now what I'm gonna do is when you remove sounds in the game like this, you have to kind of refresh them affecting. So I'm just gonna ride away from the waterfall and ride back. And watch, if you record, you can actually record all the different sound effects you're getting. Again, lots of horse sound effects, right? That one's a tree sound effect because that tree is walking. Anyway, highly recommend that sound filter. It's very fun. But let's go ahead and see if I brought the waterfall sound back. We should be far enough away to reactivate it. And this waterfall just doesn't have any sounds. Oh, interesting. I still don't hear it. Oh, wait, no, yes I do. Yes, I do. It's there. I did bring it back. It's just pretty quiet. Usually waterfalls. So I actually prefer them to be quieter because there it is. I brought it back. A lot of the waterfall sound effects are a little too loud, which is why I turn them off sometimes. But this one's very nice, very nicely balanced. So we got a waterfall going on right here. By the way, the moving water, this is an older region. This is about 8 years old. A lot of the new waterfalls and moving water in the new areas looks insanely cool. But I still think this looks fine. But it's, this one's a little bit more video game-ish, the art style. So anyway, it's a beautiful area, though, with the art. And it's funny, you can kind of see what's been upgraded texturally over time and what's older. But I love the mist effect of the waterfalls, though. I think that it's such a cool addition. Good afternoon, Nathan. Welcome to the stream. Glad I remembered to catch the stream. Yes, indeed. Yes, we'll be streaming here for another hour or so, maybe a little longer. And then we have another stream later tonight, too. Where our Kinship's going to be doing a big event, so. 2 fun streams. This one we're exploring right now. We're just having fun talking and exploring Middle-earth. We are in the Eastfold, deep in the mountains. For anyone who just hopped in, this is where we are. We're following this river, basically, and I'm going to loop around and go down like this edge, along the edge here. So, now this is probably an area that this is crazy to say after playing this game for 17 years. Ah, there's a nice loud waterfall effect. There's the reason why I normally turn it off right there. But still, very pretty. Basically, I've probably never been back here. I've probably never been, like, standing in this physical spot, walking back here in this little patch of land since I played the game. And also, I didn't know these waterfalls were back here. Oh my gosh, look at that! Oh, this is such a cool spot. I've never been back here. I don't think there's even a quest that sends you back here. Oh, wait, maybe there is. In fact, wait, can I go up? There's a place back there. Maybe I have been back here. I don't know. This would be a really good spot to fish. Well, we're not going to right now for time's sake, but maybe maybe we do a kinship event, we all come up here and fish. It would be really fun to just go on like a kinship fishing trip. That would be a fun role-playing stream, wouldn't it? Just have a bunch of our kinship get on and we just try to who can catch the biggest fish in like an hour. That would be really fun. Just find one of these ponds. So how can I go up this mountain, or is it just gonna? I think this is like a dead end. This mountain. Sometimes they'll make areas where it'll be kind of like dead end-ish, and then other times they'll open it up to go farther. Yeah, this is definitely a dead end, but wow, I'm really able to go really high, actually. Oh my gosh. You know, this is one guy made a video, which I thought was really well done, of, he was a WoW player a long time, and he talked about one thing when he played LOTRO, that he thought LOTRO did a really good job of making the world just feel huge. Where he said, yeah, WoW is really big too, and he wasn't trying to insult it because he liked his game, but he was talking about how WoW feels really like the areas feel smaller, like just steep mountains area, where LOTRO, you know, it's just this like vast expanse. Now, why I was going to say that is this is one of the one spots that I feel like kind of feels a little bit like, oh, that's a dead end, but even with that, you got these giant mountains above it, so it makes it feel like you can't really get there. You know what I mean? It's just well done in that way. It's like, it makes sense. It doesn't just look like they put up a stop, right? It's like, oh, well, that's a giant mountain. I can't go straight up a mountain, right? And I know, again, granted, you should watch the guy's video, if I can find it, because he was talking about specifically on how they make the mountains look, because obviously, WoW does the same thing. Ooh, there's a tunnel. So this is the spot that I saw. What's in here? Oh. Hello? Anybody here? Interesting. So I'm having a weird little glitch. Let me go back out. Oh. Well, that's weird. I'm clicking F12 to put my... Oh, I'm so silly. I had my map up. No wonder I couldn't turn... Like, why is it just showing on my map? Let's see if it echoes. It does echo. What's in here? Oh. Oh, it's an orc camp. Hey guys, how's it going? That bad, huh? Oh, look, it's a backpack. So by the way, for my Fireside Chat playlist, I found a good fireplace and I recorded it. So we have a background fire effect sound now, which I need to turn up because I realized in my recent video it wasn't very loud. But that's okay. Does this have anything cool in the back? Or is it just a dead end? Oh, whoa, look at this! It's an underground cave! We got some orkies here. We got some waterfalls, some stalagmites and stalactites. Wow, this is a pretty cool little orc encampment, actually. What the heck? You guys got a cool place here. Is this the end? Is this a dead end? Wait, how long does this cave go? Also, these sound effects are so terrifying. Wow, this is pretty cool. Oh, wait, it has another way out the other end? Does it lead you all the way through the mountain? Using that has no effect. Oh, okay, so that, I bet you this has something to do with the chapter. I probably did it a long time ago and forgot. All right, well, there it is. There's the cave. It kind of shows you on the map where we went. Good news is I got really fast feet. Ba-da-ba-bum. You can't ride your mount inside a cave. I don't think I can ride a boar in here. Which is such a bore, you know? The water feet sounds. Woo! All right, back out we go. We'll continue our adventure outside. I just really wanted to see what was in here. Look at that. Look how fast I got through that cave. Super fast. All right, get back on our mount here. I like my new Oryx mount. Has a cool run animation. All right, so, oh, what's that? Got a hole in the tree there. Got the shadow effects happening. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see how when you load out of something, the shadow or lighting effects kind of re-update, and it just has a cool effect. I like when they're moving. All right, some beautiful trees here. We're way up in the back country here. Here's a horse. Hello, random horse. There's another horse. These must be wild horses of Rohan. That's what I would assume, or it's for a quest to save horses. Who knows? All right, so we're gonna go along this river. But what is this? Oh, whoa! Oh, look at this spot. I don't think I ever would have saw this if I hadn't come back here for this video for you guys. This is what horse couldn't do these jumps, but the Oryx can. No, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just talking about reality. Look at that. Cool. Again, that's a pretty spot to fish too. It's fun to find these spots in Lord of the Rings Online that you just like, yeah, I could chill out here and fish. It's like you'll know no other player is gonna get. Oh well, guess we're fishing. Ow. Zollin falling off cliffs into water. Would have never guessed. All right, so this is where I want my boat mount, which I've been asking for years. Someday I'll get a boat mount, and I'll be a very happy dwarf. All right, so we're gonna swim down this river for a minute. Give you guys a close and personal encounter with the river here. I guess in theory there's an up and down spot right here, which is kind of nice, which I think I will actually take. I'm glad. Thank you, developers, for thinking about Zollin Ironshield falling off this particular water cliff so that I don't have to swim down the entire river trying to get back. All right, so let's go ahead and follow the river from the top. Clearly they thought just about me when they put that there. So we're going to ride along this river here, up the east bank. Here, the Eastfold of Middle-earth. Eastfold to the river mark. Where is that? Hello. What's up? Greetings, Plum Bottom. Kipper had a question answered. Greatly appreciate it. You're currently level 56 and Moria expansion. I am not liking it at all. Moria is a little dark and scary. I understand. And want to know if I can skip the. Yeah, you can definitely skip Moria. There's chapters. If you're getting tired of doing all of the side things, you could just do the main chapter. It'll help guide you. But I mean, I'd recommend just if you're already level 56 in Moria, you could probably skip the rest of Moria. And just go out to the Dimmer Dale. And this is like 58. Just start doing quests out here. And then at a certain point, I believe you could actually probably go to, I think, the Endwaith in Dunland. I think the Edenwaith is level. I'm trying to remember what it is. I can look it up. The LOTRO wiki has all the levels if you ever need it. Just go to lotrowiki.com here. Let's see here. I'll show you real fast. So let's just go to LOTRO wiki, and then you just say like the area you want to look at. So make sure I'm spelling this right. E-N-E-D Waith. Okay. All right, so look up Edenwaith, and then you can kind of just look at the information. Like, see, here we go, level 60 to 65. So your level 57 might be a little high for you to start in that area, but you could always go to levels of areas. So like level, these are the different, this is talking about levels. I have a whole guide video on this. If this is too wordy for you guys, I have a guide video on this, but I highly recommend this resource. So here we go, character levels, skirmishes, missions, level cap, histories. I'm trying to find area. I need to look up area. There's one that's called area levels. Is this one it? And yeah, so you can kind of go through and look at all the different areas here. So areas of Rovanian. So for example, level 57, you need to probably go to Southern Mirkwood. Actually is level, that also starts, it's also 60. Anyway, so they're both 60. So Lothlorien, I believe, is the one that has, yeah, level 56. So yeah, go to Lothlorien. If you're done with Moria, you're level 57 already, just go to Lothlorien, go outside like I showed you, at the dim again. So I was correct, I shouldn't have doubted myself. I do that a lot. I don't want to tell you guys wrong information, so I'll double check myself, and it's like, I was right, of course. You're like, oh wow, Zollin. Just kidding. So yeah, go out here by the Mirror. Do quests out here. Go and get the chapter quest done for. I believe you can just accept it here. I don't think you have to finish all the chapter quests in Moria, though. I do recommend doing the main story because it's fun to know the information if you're playing through the whole game. But I believe you pick up a quest from here, so you can pass in Lothlorien. You can work on Lothlorien, and then at that point, when you hit level 60, you have two options. You can go to Dulguldur, Southern Mirkwood, or you can go to the Edenwaith. Those are both areas you can level. You could do them both if you want to go back and forth. So there's an answer to your question, sir. I hope that helps. WoW expansion in the future with other characters. So no matter what, you're going to have to touch on Moria, because you have to get your legendary weapon there and stuff like that with Moria, but you don't really have to do like all of it. You could also just get the legendary weapon stuff done and then just do some instances or some that scale and just level up that way for a few levels. Put a level booster on, like experience, that kind of thing. Highly recommend you can just do that as well. So anyway, here's another beautiful spot where the rivers come to meet. This is the Beaconwatch right there. Almost did it. Oh, well, there we go. What a beautiful river spot. So anyway, there's up in the mountains again. There's one of the beacons, by the way. The beacons are lit. Gone across the rain. We're going to cross this river. I believe this is still in the Eastfold, across this river. And there's a cool thing right here. So what we're going to do is we'll go up and see that beacon on the hill. I think I can get to it. So let's go see a beacon. Yeah, I always found that... Can I not get up right here? I don't know what's going on. Let's go down right here. Oh. Well, this is weird. This might be a little glitch. I can't swim to the reeds? Oh, you know what? I think there's a load spot. I think that's what's going on. This is unusual. Usually the game is pretty just wide open, but this was a certain big expansion. And I think for the sake of people's rendering back in the day, when the game, we didn't have as good computers, 8 years ago or whatever it was, I think there's a spot that you have to walk through because it loads. I think that's why that's a impervious pass. That normally isn't a thing in this game. The game is pretty wide open, which is actually insane. A lot of games, everything is like load screen, load screen, load screen. LOTRO has very few of those, actually. All things considered, how big it is. Here's one of those scary rock face things. So there's actually a a whole history in LOTRO behind what those are, and it's actually part of the what is her name? The Dwarven it's not the Dwarven and not the Dunedain. It's another name, and they're actually a small people. Also, look at that beautiful shot right there. Look at the sun. That is glorious. We're just gonna stare at that for the next few seconds while I answer this last question. You should never run out of quests. Like, even if you're not using any experience boosters and you don't have anything, you're gonna have enough quests. Like, and if that is a problem that, you know, you don't know where to go, again, if you use that thing I showed you, which I can link that for you if you guys want to see that page. Here. There's that page for the wiki page if you need it. But if you know, I love that wind sound. Did you hear that wind sound? That wind sound is so cool. They must have actually gone outside and just recorded that on a like a hill, because that sound, you hear it so often up in the mountains. When I go up to the Sierra Nevadas, up at 9,000-10,000 elevation, you just hear this sound all the time. Just from it's the sound of the wind going through the trees and down the valley and like the rivers. And it's a very cool sound effect. The Eastfold and the river. Okay, so the Eastfold is here. So it is actually the lower side of Rohan. It's along the White Mountains to the north. It's to the right of Edoras and the Kingstead. So that's where we are. We're down here in the Eastfold, right here. So located right here. Where we're kind of where the flash is, where Rohan is. It's right below to the right. That's what we're looking at right now. Thanks, Lord Kev. Says, please don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment later if you're watching later. Yes. So, Kippard, how it works with the book quest is sometimes they'll open up the next one, and sometimes it's a certain person that will show you. And again, I will say it again as a recommendation. You can actually know who or what or when you get books or pick them up by going to the LOTRO wiki. So if you go to LOTRO wiki and type in the exact chapter you want, like the next chapter of the story or whatever, or know the title, or like what you're on, you can see the list of them, and you can see how do you get the next chapter. Sometimes it'll just say you pick it up from this NPC, and that means you don't need to have a prerequisite, and it'll actually explain which ones you'll need and stuff, if you're like really confused on something. But usually what it is another character will just have the next chapter, but occasionally you will have to complete a certain book to open the next book. But when it comes to Return the Moria one, I'm pretty sure you can just pick up the Lothlorien chapter quests, from my memory. But that's just me guessing from my memory. It's an educated guess, I should say. Not a full guess, educated guess. All right, so we are actually now in Farinorian, so that is the end of the east, and this is the Beacon Hills, and this is Anorian. So why don't we just show you the top of the hills? As you can see, it's a whole different vibe here, and the reason why it's so dark is because not only is it dusk, this area is supposed to be like in the story, like it's part of the war where you're trying to help the Rohirrim basically get to Gondor. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys the beacon on the top of the hill. So let's run up. So the terrain is similar. It's a little different here, but it's pretty much similar because we're not really very far from where we were. But if we go up to the top of the hill here, we should be able to find the one beacon. Because the beacons are lit. The beacons. All right. I thought the beacon was just right up here, but let's see. How close am I? Yep, we're getting there. It's a big hill. Ride my little oryx faster. Take me up the hill. I look way too big for him. He's like, oh, why are you in full body armor? Let's see. We're almost there. There should be a beacon at the top of this hill. Also, we should get a pretty cool view of a sunset. Look at that. Oh, there's one of the beacons. You can kind of see that's towards Mordor, right? And Gondor. So this whole event. Aha, there's the beacon we saw. This is the exact one we saw by the river down there. So, see, I know, it took us a while to get here, didn't it? Just goes to show you, Lord of the Rings Online is a very big game. But no, don't freak out. They have a very good system to help you get around, too, if you need to. But it's a big game. One of the biggest actual video games there is when it comes to area to travel. It's in the top 5, I think. Up there with Minecraft and No Man's Sky, but they're infinitely generating, so I don't think it counts. All right, so anyway, welcome to the beacons. You can see they do have the little wings, is why the Beacon Hills thing looked like it does. Also, man, there's like no other sound. It's because I just don't have music on? There's no sound here. Is that because, I think it's because the animals are like scared because of like Mordor. So like no bird sounds or anything. It's kind of creeping me out. It's like the calm before the storm. Also, what a view. Oh my gosh, look at that view. Even if it is dark and scary. So you can see there's all the beacons going along the hills. I'll show you up inside the beacon here for a second. All right, so this is one of the large beacons. You can see they've got the little pass here. There we go. This is where they'll light the beacon. But we can't really do it. And then there is the Eastfold that we were just in. Except it's very dark. It's nighttime now. So this is why I try to plan my pack trip or my tour episodes when the day just starts in the game. There's a guy right here. Who's this supposed to be right here? Kind of looks like Denethor, but I don't think that's supposed to be the Steward or the King of Gondor. Oh wow, there's a whole like building here. What building is this? Where are we? This is the Halfarian. I don't know, but there's a raider here. Surprise! It's like, where'd you come from? Oh! Sneaky dwarf. So this is actually a full-on building here. Look at this. Glorious. Yeah, these are just Gondorian Swan Knights, I believe, and this is like the Steward of Gondor, I believe. Which Valor made the sun? That was... Oh, man. I'm forgetting the name right now. It's the one that set the sun and moon and it's going in the stars. Because at first they had the two trees, or the lamps, right? And then the two trees of light in Valinor, and then they made the sun and moon. And I'm trying to remember who. We could look it up online. Let's see. Let's look it up. Which Valor made the sun and moon? It even knew I was talking about Lord of the Rings. Well, Alyu, Vardar, and Manwë created the sun. So the three of them made it together. That's what. Manwë is the one that's kind of the leader of the Valar. He's like he's the like right-hand god under the, Iluvatar, right? And Verda, she's I forget all her main stuff, but she helped make the moon, I believe, more, and Alyu helped kind of smith to put them together. So they created the sun and the moon from the last living growth of the two trees, which I did remember that it was they used the seeds, basically. It was after Morgoth and Ungoliant killed the trees, right? And then Vardar was crying for the trees, and they took the two seeds of the last trees, basically, and the three of them put them into motion into the sky, right? It's it's kind of a very, very almost Greek mythology, the way Tolkien got some of those ideas. There you go. That answer your question? Yes. So, I mean, I think in the book it does mention that they kind of all were working together, but they were kind of the main three that did it, that worked on it. All right. So with that, I thought Verda was the one that worked more on the moon and whatever. I don't. We'd have to go read Tolkien's actual words. Obviously, that's just a Google AI search of the the information. All right, so with that, I think we will we'll ride back down the hill here real fast to get to. I would love to show you guys this cool thing I got today, and I mean yesterday. So we may find a spot. You know what? Actually, if you guys don't mind, we kind of covered the entire area. I might just teleport somewhere nice to stand. We kind of covered most of the Eastfold. Granted, there's some spots in the corners we probably didn't look at, but we pretty much we started at Aldburg, and then we went whoop, and we looped around the back of it, and then we looped to here up to the hills, looked out over the hills, and then we went this way. Where you guys can see my arrow, right? We went along here, we went up and went along this spot, kind of went through the forest here, went into Fen March. Then we went through the swamps here, and then we looped up to the Beacon Hills. Then we went around the Beacon Hills, and we went up here, we went along this river. We went down, and we crossed into this area, which was where we are right now in the Beacon Hills, and then we went up and looked at these. It was a pretty good LOTRO pack trip there, I think. So I think what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to teleport back to our main house, my house, and then we will, I want to show you some cool things before we finish up this trip. I've got some cool stuff to show you. And again, don't forget to like the stream if you didn't already. It'd be great. This is a good... See, that's why I usually mute the waterfall. See how loud it is? It's a very loud waterfall, guys. There we go. Waterfall gone. Alright, welcome to my home, which you have all seen, I'm sure, on countless other events. We had our fireside, our campfire storytelling event here, which I definitely moved the campfire. I'll put it back. But here we are. Should put my little ibex inside my house here. Inside its barn. I don't have him in here. I should put him in here. So he has like an official spot. Let's see. Do I have a... Trying to remember if I have a... Hold on. Oop. I think most of the... Ah, okay. This one's not used. I'm trying to remember. Drag and drop the perkament decoration. So I have to turn my... Hold on real quick. Where's my decorations box? We're gonna put my special ibex here in this spot. Rare items. Whoop! Bring it up all these tabs. All right, there we are. There's my large carryalls. All right, let's see here. Do I have another horse? It's called a hitch. Not that one. That was it right there, wasn't it? Homestead. Oh, no. I thought it was. All right. I do not. I thought I had another one, but maybe I don't. Okay. No big deal. I will get one on the LOTRO store. Haha. We'll do it later. I'll do it later. I have a guide video on that if you need help with that later yourself. Anyway. This is my little memorial to Fili, Kili, and Thorin. They are the best of dwarves. What are you barking at? Also, Marigold, I need you to escort me around my yard, property guard. All right. All right, with that, we'll leave that background music on real low there. And I want to give you guys a quick hello. Hello, Teddy. Welcome to the stream. Why didn't he kill the sun and moon? I don't think Morgoth could... I don't think he had that kind of ability. Because remember, it took three or more of the Valar to kind of put the sun and moon into motion. I don't think that he actually had the ability to do that, Angus. It's a good question. There might be something more to that elf friend. With the actual, like, day and night thing. Well, I mean, if you're gonna... you really have to use the red line, because the yellow line is in a support tree, so if you're gonna be going, like, two-handed damage, you're gonna have to go red line and then put support as the yellow one. So, again, the way they did it is you just always... It only costs 1 point to put things in the yellow side, so you're really gonna have to do Keen Blade. But if you're gonna try to DPS, like, with a shield, you're not going to be able to do as much DPS, but you can still hit pretty hard and be tanky with a shield. But really, you're going to have to go Keen Blade. That's kind of your two options. They made the Guardians, they've always been the more on the simpler side, good for beginners, but at the same time, I do have a video on it. As you get better at a class, no matter what, they all have a high end of learning, right? Like being really, really good on certain things you're doing right or wrong. But pretty much Guardian's pretty simple. It's like damage red, defense tanking blue. Yellow's backup, and you're gonna have to just kind of read the abilities to see what you want from yellow. Yellow I kind of do similarly. Even if I switch, you'll notice there are some differences that I do. And I do have a lot of points because my character has most of the things done. So they've made it a little easier to get points now though than it used to be. You don't have to do certain things anymore, which is nice. So used to be I had to do certain chapters and stuff to get some of the points, but I'm pretty sure they've kind of made it now it's just leveling. Just get max level, you'll have most of your points. So that's nice. All right, let me show you guys real quick before we finish up the stream here. Let me switch to my other one here. All right. There we go. We still have the background music, I hope. All right, let me show you real quick. So, I got this at Barnes & Noble yesterday. It's the Mouth of Sauron. He's pretty cool. So, I don't collect pops because they just take up so much room, and I don't really have the room, except for the Lord of the Rings ones. So you can see I do have a bunch of them in this little case back here, which are kind of covered up by... They're a little covered up by my leaves of my beautiful, you know, Ent tree. The tree beard standing right here in the middle of the leaves. But they're all along that little box there. So, and there's a couple on top. So this guy will go somewhere in there. But he's pretty cool. So I got him, and might make a little collection video on that in the future for you guys. And then here's a cool one. Let's wait to do that one for a second. Oop, as I hit my screen. I got this, which is, they're just such beautiful books. So it's the David Day books. And real quick, just before anyone says it, I know there's a couple things in the David Day books occasionally they're like, with a couple stuff. And I'll explain that real fast for you guys. So I personally think David Day's books look just the coolest of any of the publishers. And I think the other publishers should make books that are cooler looking like this too. But one thing that some people have pointed out with the David Day is that he does a really good job of putting Tolkien stuff all together. But there's a couple spots where he'll add in some of his thoughts on something and not tell you that it's his thoughts. So like he'll like fill in a hole that didn't really make sense with some information in the encyclopedia or a dictionary or whatever. And then basically later people found out, well, that's not in the original Tolkien stuff. Why does that look like it's Tolkien that wrote that? It's like he filled it in, basically, without saying it as like a footnote, which is why I like the only critique that a lot of people have. So it's really not that big of a deal. So enjoy the David Day books, but just keep that in mind that sometimes there's an occasional thing in there that'll make complete sense. And I would say, like, you know, fits in, it's respectful, all that kind of stuff, Tolkien's lore. But might seem like it's Tolkien that wrote it. And you're like, oh, I don't see that in the original stuff. So that's why some people have a critique with that. But overall, I love these books. Look at the beautiful gold leaf page, and look at this. Look at these gorgeous. It's just like, I just love books. Who would have guessed? Tolkien fans liking books. Just absolutely gorgeous. So this one's basically has lots of really cool art in it. And it's absolutely gorgeous books. So Anyway, I got this at Barnes & Noble yesterday, and I really like it. And there's the back, too. Has that wonderful new book smell. Oh, it's a blessing. Such a great smell. Okay, so there we go. So, this is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. What is it, precious? What is it? So this is something cool. There it is. It's a little model of Gimli. It's like an action figure of Gimli. So this is actually the San Diego Comic-Con limited edition of 1500 from 2024. And I actually just got this on Amazon through one of the sellers. So if you want to check it out, it's on Amazon. There is a version you just buy that's like, it's like $20. That's just the toy. But there's one with the cool box and like the collector's edition version that's like just under 50. But I'm gonna I'll make a review video of this in the future too, with like up close with a good camera. I mean, this camera's pretty good, but you know what I'm saying. I can get it really up close for you that's not inverted, but it's pretty nice. Lord of the Rings. And then we also have, again, the limited edition thing is right here on the back. There's the limited edition thing. Got your little official New Line Cinema stuff. Don't touch your 3-year-olds, have it. They'll eat the battle axe. It's bad for them. Don't let that happen. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. I just thought I'd show you guys real fast. I'm very happy with it. It's very cool. The box is really cool. I actually don't think I'm gonna open it up. I really like how it displays everything inside the box. I think I'm just gonna keep it for a collector's thing. And okay, just so you guys know, I'm one of the people that normally likes to open the box and take the stuff out. That's normally how I do stuff. I'd rather have it on the shelf where I can see it and touch it and stuff. But when it comes to like the little model, and I love the box so much, when I rip him out, it's gonna ruin all that beautiful like stuff in the background and the box. So I just decided, and I think the best part is the box even has built-in magnets. So the actual material of the box isn't like super great, but it's like a nice cardboard with like a finish on it. But it like snaps. So there's actually like little tiny magnets in the top, which is pretty impressive for a cardboard box. You know, collector's edition things. So anyway, cool. Thought I'd show you guys for fun. All right, well, no, don't open it. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't planning on it. I kind of want to keep it sealed. Like when it comes to the pops, sorry, I'm opening the pops. I know a lot of people do that for collecting reasons, and I totally get it. But for the pops, I want to have him out on the shelf so I can see him. But this one is a collector's edition from San Diego Comic-Con 2024, so I'm going to keep it all sealed in its own box. And it looks nice, so I can just keep it on my shelf, because it's a really cool looking box. So that one's going to stay sealed. Who owns the merch? This is New Line Cinema, because this merch is of the movie, right? It looks like the Gimli from the Peter Jackson adaptation, so you can actually see right there. It says copyright reserved New Line Cinema. Which, by the way, little side note, that Rise to War phone game that I occasionally do some stuff with, which again, I know it's not for everyone, I get it. So that's why I'm very conscientious about putting out Rise to War video, and then I'll put out another video the next day of something else kind of stuff. Or, you know, I'll put a, you know, they're little short ones, I just occasionally do. But that actually is also owned by New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers, that Rise to War phone game. So it's like their official phone game. Just so you guys know. But yeah, with that, my friends. By the way, did you see the new the gems? I hung the gems by the swords. What do you guys think of that? See the gems? You can even see the glowing of this one, the light going through on the back. I don't know. That's where I put them for now. I didn't want them to get scratched, so it's a nice box. Thanks, Chris. So yeah. Anyone got questions for me? Because I think with that, my friends, wow, there's almost 30 of us here. So guys, before you run away, just to let you know, before you leave, I will be doing another stream quite soon after this one. So it's almost, let's see, almost on the dot here on time. I usually do 2 hours on the stream, so we have another 10 minutes. If you guys want to see anything in LOTRO or have a question for me, let me know. But we're going to be doing a really big event in 2 hours after this stream's finished. So about 2 hours, 15 minutes from now. We're going to be doing a big raid with our group. So our regular kinship join us, but that's already scheduled. You'll see it on the live streams. It's already up and ready. And I do highly recommend check out the canon video if you didn't already see it on my channel. It'd be awesome. Or any of the interviews on my Inklings playlist. Check them out. Yes, we will be back for the next live stream. Just like old LOTRO Mines of Moria box. Yes, indeed, like this one. You talking about this box right here? Chris is talking about this. Come here. Release the box. You made a box. Except, let's see. Oh, maybe I thought I had the other one too. Well, this is one of the originals that opened up. Let's see, where is it? This one opened up, which is kind of cool. The old LOTRO box. Way back in the day, guys. Look, I bought it from Best Buy for $40. And now you don't even have to buy it. But anyway, this is the original, you know, Windows 10 version of LOTRO. And then I do have... let's see. I have this collector's special edition box of the original, and then I also have the really big one that's over on my shelf over there, which I don't know if I've showed you guys, which is like a big one that looks kind of like this one, but it's huge and it's a full box that opens up, and it has like a ring in it and a map and all this different stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like the collector's edition. It was like $100 back in the day. I thought I had the Return to Moria one that had the Moria on the front, which is what you were talking about, and I don't know where it is. Knowing me, it's somewhere in my room, safe. I'm usually pretty good with my collectibles, but I'll have to find it later. Windows 10 was better than Windows 11. I'm still on Windows 10. Sooner or later, when I'm like, they stop doing the updates and all that with this end of this year and things, and like start, you know, then I'll switch stuff. But because unfortunately there's like safety things and stuff when it comes to updates, and games will start updating for the next ones and then start having troubles in the older things. But you know, fun stream indeed. Thank you guys for being here today. 10 p.m. in Scotland. Very nice, Angus. It's my blood homeland, even though I'm very American, but my whole background is England, Scotland. A lot of my background. Technically, it's also parts of Northern Europe and stuff, and Czechoslovakian and stuff too, from my dad's side. But my mom's side, it's all Scottish, English, and Irish, and Welsh, and just a big mesh of all that. Kind of like everyone who's there. If you look back far enough, everyone's kind of like the same bloodline to an extent from the same areas. Exactly, Albin. Try not to switch until I have to. Exactly. Because the thing is, I'd rather them with Windows 11. Like, I understand if you just made a new computer, you're going to have to probably do the newest thing or whatever. But I'm like, let them fix all the bugs, right? Because that was the same thing with Windows 10, when they came out. That first year or two, like, Windows was, like, fixing bugs all the time. And, like, it's a new system, a new operating system based off an old one, right? So they have to fix all these things over time that they've learned as more and more people are using it. So I'm kind of in the boat. I'm like, well, I've done my fair share of guinea pigging things, so I'll let everyone else figure that out first, and then I'll switch my Windows. Late to the party, what's up, Robert? Don't worry, Robert, we will be back very soon with another stream. In 2 hours. We're going to be doing a kinship event. The other one with the doors. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure I have the door one. I think I just knew about it in my mind, Chris. The collector's edition with the doors on it. I thought for sure I did. I thought for some reason it was this one. But, I guess the doors are inside on this thing. But yes, but there's an actual big box is what Chris is talking about that is collector's edition. I've actually seen it before. I have the really, really big collector's one, like I said, over on the shelf over there, which was like the really pricey big one, right? Because the one you're talking about was like the one over... There's like different levels. There was like the regular version like this, and then there was like the special edition, and then there was the one that had the Doors of Doran on it, and then there was the one that was like the big ring box special edition. But in fact, I'm trying to think. I think what it was is the Moria box was the special edition one of the expansion. That's what I remember. Where the one I have is the special edition of the original Shadows of Mordor. I'd love to get that box, by the way. If anyone ever wants to sell that. I'm just kidding. If you want to sell that, I might buy it from you. I can do a review of it on the channel. Because I'd love to find the original box set of LOTRO for the Mines of Moria. That would be really, really cool. Oh, very nice, Chris. Very nice. Yeah, so I've been looking actually for the expansion one of the Moria. Now you say it, I've been thinking about it. I looked at it a couple months ago online, and I saw one on eBay, but it didn't have most of the stuff in it or whatever. Yes, we'll be doing Battle for Middle-earth. Yes, we will. And I was trying to, their server must have been off, because yesterday I got on, Robert, and I logged in, everything was fine, but then I wasn't able to, like, start a game. I was confused on that, so I'm going to test that ahead some more later today after our streams, just to make sure it's working. All right, well, I gotta fly. I gotta go check my P.O. box of all things, actually. Robert said there was something in there. I mean, at this point in time, Angus, personally, from what I've heard from everybody and what I've done, I think Windows 10 is still better than Windows 11 right now. But obviously, just like anything, that'll probably change in a year or two, right? It'll probably get to the point where Windows 11 will work very good, and then, 10 will be obsolete, and Windows 11 will be better than when it started, right? It really depends. The thing I've heard the most is a lot of people say there's, like, ads on things, and that's, like, a big no-no. An operating system, if you pay for it, you should have 0 ads. That's just how it should be. So maybe you could turn them off somehow, but they should just not be on there. So we'll see with that. All right, anyway, with that, my friends, you have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Wave bye, Zollin, my character. All right. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. I will see you on the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Thank you to my Patreons for their support. Thank you, Reb, for being a Royal Guardian. Couldn't do it without you guys. Really means a lot. And thank you for liking and subscribing, you guys. We're so close now to getting to 10,000 subs. I can't believe there's that many people that are part of our community. It's so awesome. Thank you, guys. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings and streams, and I'll see you in a few hours for the next one. It's already scheduled on the channel. Go check it out. And please go check watch the canon video if you're curious about that. Or go throw a like on it. It means a lot. See you in the next one, guys. Thanks. Baruch Hazard, Kuzar, I menu. My valiant fellowship. See you in the next one.